audible and visible to all of you? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Rashi. Good morning, Pratik. Good morning, Jivayan. So, yes, today we have to do Hindu analysis of 7th October 2025. My name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and hope you can see me, hope you can hear me. Pratik, good morning, Jivayan. So let's start. So yesterday I gave you people a particular question, and this was the question related to gig economy, right? So what is the primary advantage of gig economy in India? And what is the answer, guys, of this particular question? Just give me a second. Yeah. Anyone? Jeopardies. Gig economy. We have talked about, Swiggy. We have talked about Zomato. Yesterday we were talking about how employment has to be a priority by government. Good morning, Gajanan. So what is the answer? What is the best possible option which you can think here? As Pratik has stated, offers flexible work opportunities and multiple income stream. Cool, yeah. So now let's move on to today's agenda. Let's move on to today's article. First article, and there are multiple articles which has been written. Like there has been multiple articles which has been written over this Nobel Prize on physiology or medicine 2025 Nobel Prize. Now here we have to understand certain terms, technical terms. T-Rex. What do these T-Rex means? What are these regulatory T cells? For knowing regulatory T cells, first of all, we have to know what are T cells. So Nobel laureates, like there are three people who have been given this particular Nobel Physiology Award for 2025: Mary Brunkow, Fred Ramsdell, and Simon Sagaguchi. First of all, there is another article on this Nobel Prize. Let me see the page number. That page number is page number 14. So let me show you the figures, or the images of these guys, then you can remember stuff in a much better manner, and then we'll come back and read and understand this whole thing, and solve some UPSC PYQs as well on Nobel Prize. So these are the three people we are talking about, and today we'll also talk about a mistake done by Hindu. So in today's Hindu analysis, we will pinpoint a mistake, and you people will tell me whether it is actually a mistake or whatever Hindu has done. Okay. So Pratik, Shripurna, Rashi, all of you have given the answer. Good morning, Shripurna. Good morning, Harshini. So, and we'll see that mistake. It's an awesome mistake. And if you people want to, you can even write a letter to Hindu that is this a mistake or not. I will make a short on this at 1 p.m. as well. I will show you that mistake of Hindu later on. So these are the three people: Brunkov, Ramsdell, and Sagaguchi. They have got the Nobel means medicine or physiology prize, and this whole thing is little bit technical in nature. So separate article, editorial, everything has come on this, what they are talking about. So let me first of all make you understand these technical things in a simpler manner. So our body has immune system. Cool. So our body has immune system. What is the basic rationale of immune system? To protect us from bacteria, viruses, etc., to protect us from foreign harmful agents, whichever is coming. But how will immune system identify whether to protect themselves, like protect from outside agents? Maybe hope you're let me rephrase it. So immune system is protecting us from some agents. Whether that agent is outside agent or internal agent, how will they identify? Sometimes there can be a scenario when immune system is attacking your own body. Please understand, this is a very interesting phenomena. What is the basic purpose of immune system? To protect us from external agents, bacteria, viruses, etc., etc. So there are different things, like you have WBC, white blood cells, which is a form of immune system. You have bone marrow, which is again a form of immune system. There are other things also. So this T cell is a type of WBC, white blood cell. You will understand, just be with me. So immune system protects us from foreign agent. There can be a scenario when immune system is attacking your own body. To prevent that, there has to be some mechanism within the body, and that mechanism is what these guys are talking about. So it's an interesting phenomena, this whole article. You have to understand the technicalities of it. So first of all, let me tell you what has happened here. 2020-25 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine awarded for discoveries that revolutionize the understanding of autoimmune regulation. See, sometimes when this whole thing fails, immune system fails, then you get diseases like diabetes. What is happening in diabetes? Your immune system is attacking your own body. So there is a certain cell, regulatory T cell, which ensures that our immune system is not attacking our own body. And even these T cells, they require a gene which is known as FOXP3. So if this gene is absent, then immune system will attack, means this T cell will fail, regulatory T cell will fail, they will not do their work, and the immune system will attacking your or will start attacking your own body. So to prevent attack on our own body by immune system, we have to increase T cells, or regulatory T cells rather, Tregs. But if we want our immune system to attack our own body, in the case of cancer, what happens in the case of cancer? We want our immune system to attack certain part of our body where cancer cells are present. So then we will reduce these Tregs. Be with me, you will hear these things multiple number of times and you will understand each and everything what we are discussing here. Very interesting, very technical article. So award honors three people, they have worked. Sakaguchi, what he did, he identified that within T cell, you have something known as regulatory T cell. For understanding regulatory T cell, let's first of all understand what are these T cells. So T cells, white blood cells, they are a type of white blood cells. WBC, bone marrow, all these are part of immune system, which plays a key role in immune system. How? Again, basic the work of immune system, they destroy harmful invaders. Why they're called T cell? Because they mature in thymus, which is an organ near the heart. So T has been derived from that thymus. So inside these T cells, there is a regulatory T cell, which is known as Treg in this scenario. So this Treg ensures that our immune system is not attacking our own body. Even this regulatory T cell, Treg, require a particular gene. So removing these cells in mice cause multiple autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease means when your body or immune system is attacking your own body, diabetes, while restoring the prevented the diseases. So if you have these Tregs, your immune system will not attack your own body. Even these Tregs, the proper functioning will be determined by FOXP3, a gene. So what these three people did, the work is divided. Sakaguchi identified a different form of T cell, which ensures immune system is not attacking us. And then Mary Brunkov and Fred Ramsdell, what they did, oh my God, what they did, they discovered this new gene, which in a way is regulating this Treg. So Mary Brunkov studied means you can see this thing, which developed factal autoimmunity. Autoimmunity means immune system attacking yourself, like your own body. And they traced the problem to a mutation, discovering a new gene. Loss of FOXP3 led to immune system collapse. So that means Treg is dependent upon FOXP3. If FOXP3 is not there, Treg will not work and immune system will attack your own body. So hope you understood some part of it. So these discoveries stabilize the immune or establish the immune cell tolerance, blah, blah, blah. You can have a look at this. They are basically saying the same thing now. And now, what is the rationale we have discussed? When we have to increase Treg, when we don't want our immune system to attack our own body. But what happens in the case of cancer? Where is cancer? There has to be somewhere where they have written cancer. In cancer, scientists explore depleting or reprogramming tumor associated Tregs. In general scenarios, they will try to increase this Treg because in most of the scenarios, we won't want our immune system to attack our own body. But in the case of cancer, it's an exceptional scenario. Here we want to reduce Treg in some part of our body. So scientists explore depleting or reprogramming. This is an important part, guys. They can ask you in mains as well. Tumor associating Tregs to enhance anti-tumor immunity while avoiding autoimmunity. It's a special case. You want certain portions of your body to have reduced Tregs so that that certain portion of immune system is attacking the cancer cell which is there in your body. Just remember that. That would suffice. Cool. So we will talk about immune system. What is the basic summary of this Nobel Prize? And you have to understand this. This is in simplest term. You can just revise this. So given to three people for discovering how the body controls immune system to stop it from attacking itself. Sakaguchi found Tregs, a specific type of T cells that oh my God, that prevent immune system from attacking the own body. And I'm very excited about this because this is a very interesting article. Brunko and Ramsdell, they found this gene which in a way is regulating these Treg. And if these genes are not there, this particular gene is not there, Treg will not work, autoimmune disease will happen. New treatments now try to increase Tregs to treat autoimmune diseases and reduce Tregs in cancer to boost body defense. Guys and girls, did you people understand the basic rationale? Again, as like any such kind of experiment, this is somewhat expensive. So you have to make them safe, affordable and widely available. People, Chepandis, are you understanding what is the basic rationale of this article? And what is the basic meaning here? What this article is talking about? What they got Nobel Prize for in physiology? Prateek, Harshini, Shripurna, Rashi, Mamta, and other people. Did you people understood what I just told you? Now, what is immune system? It is body's defense system. What is the job? To find and destroy anything harmful. What are different parts of immune system? WBC. T cell is a part of WBC, and it is called T cell because it is, basically work is done in thymus, which is a part near the heart. Antibodies is also one form of T cell, means immune system. Then you have bone marrow, which is also one form of immune system. You have spleen, which is also one form of immune system. Very good, Pratik, Harshini, Gajanan, Rishi, all of you understood. And how it works, you can see this. Self-tolerance. What is self-tolerance? Where even your immune system, and these are technical words, they can directly ask you, what is the basic meaning of self-tolerance when it comes to immune system? That means your immune system is not attacking your own body's cell. And if it fails, then you can have disease like type 1 diabetes or arthritis. Regulatory T cells, they are like brakes, which ensures immune system is not attacking our own body. Very good. So now this is the summary of, we should know something about Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize is awarded every year on 10th December. Fine. Alfred Nobel, inventor of dynamite, blah, blah, blah. You know these things. First awarded 1901. What are the things which are important? Initially, it was awarded for physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace. Later on, economy was added. So economy was added later on. Keep these facts in mind. I watch again after. Okay, cool, GY, no issues. You will understand, you will solve questions, you will understand everything. So awarded annually 10th December. We'll solve a mains means UPSC PYQ on it, so be with me. And again, you can see all these things. Different committees award different prizes. Now let's solve some questions. So regulatory T cell, T-rex are primarily responsible for what? And then we'll try to find mistake in Hindu today. That is an awesome thing which we are going to do today. Find mistake in Hindu. Hindu is not like survey server. Nobody's survey server. Everybody can make mistake, guys. So Pratik, Harshini, Rishi, all of you have given the answer. Mamta, what is the basic work of T-Rex? To prevent immune system from attacking the body, as you people stated. Pratik, Harshini, Rishi, Mamta, Gajanan, and Shriparna. This is a question asked by UPSC in 2006 related to Nobel Prize. Have a look at this question. So Pratik, Rishi, means Pratik, Harshini, Rishi, Mamta, Gajanan, Shipurna, Jivayan, and Hannah. All of you have given the answer. Harshini has given the answer for the UPSC question. Nobel Prize awarding ceremony takes place on December 10 of every year. This is correct. So if first is correct, you will eliminate B and D, right? A and C is left. Nobel Prize for Literature was added later on to other 5 areas. What we have just discussed. Nobel Prize of Economics was added later on, not literature. If you go back, if you see this, so you had initially physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and peace. Economy was added later on in 1968. So that's why the second statement is wrong. This is wrong. So the answer is A1 only, as stated by first Harshini, then Mamta, then Rishi, then Hannah, then Jiva, and Gajanan, Pratik, and Shipurna. Really good. MCQ 3. Which of the following best describes self-tolerance in the immune system? What is self-tolerance? So Rishi, Hannah, Rashi, Shripurna. Oh, Harshini. Oh my God. First Pratik gave the answer, then Harshini, then Rishi, then Hannah, then Rashi, then Shripurna, then Mamta, then Jiva, and then Gajanan. Ability of immune cells to recognize and avoid attacking body's own cell. Really good. You people are so good. Then, oh my God, again today, I don't know what has happened to me these days. So I wake up at 4 a.m. I do exercise. So these days I'm taking all the tough articles. Again, like most of the articles, either they're editorials or this and that, and I will show you some more articles. I'm like, if I keep on doing for this Hindu analysis for 1 year, oh my God, I don't want to do any pomp and show, but I think, the amount of knowledge. Okay, let's focus. So this article is talking about K. Karan sir, who is a former judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court. He's talking about passive euthanasia. Why? Because in UK, they brought a bill. where they're talking about, legalizing active euthanasia. Now, UPSC has already asked a PYQ on it. We'll solve mains related questions on it as well. So, what is the basic rationale behind active euthanasia and passive euthanasia? And then we'll talk about this whole issue, what this whole issue is all about. So, active euthanasia means directly injection. So, you are a doctor, Shipurna is a doctor. She directly injected injection onto the patient and killed him or her. So, that is active euthanasia. And what is passive euthanasia? Withdrawing life support. So, that particular person, you feel like he has less than 6 months to live or whatever, and you withdraw, life support. You did not kill him, you did not injected injection, etc. Maybe he was on ventilator, etc. So you withdrew ventilator and all those stuff. So first thing first, what you have to understand here is the basic difference between active and passive euthanasia. So some points which you have to understand, and then we'll talk about other things. So active euthanasia, directly causing death, lethal injection, and then turning off ventilator. Do remember, the country which legalized both active and passive euthanasia for the first time was Netherlands. Netherlands in 2002. Now, can you people tell me where is Netherlands? Chepandis. In which continent Netherlands lies? And then they became an example for other countries. So, turning a ventilator. Legal status in India, passive euthanasia is allowed after Aruna Schonbach case. It is allowed. But there are so many safeguards that it is not done with proper measures. We have to talk about that. Active euthanasia illegal. It is legal in some countries, including Netherlands. Ethical view generally accepted. Active euthanasia is highly controversial. In UK, the talk is going on to legalize active euthanasia. Role of doctor facilitator in the case of active euthanasia, he is killing it. Wow, Harshini and Shipurna didn't know it. Okay, let's move on. So let's talk about this article now. We know basic rationale behind active and passive euthanasia, what this article is all about. So in UK, House of Commons, which is similar to your Lok Sabha here, terminally ill adults end of life bill has been passed. So their Lok Sabha has passed this bill, which is physician assisted dying. This is actually active euthanasia for mentally competent adults with less than 6 months to live. It is still pending in their Rajya Sabha, that is House of Lords. So it has again reignited debates. Guys, what is your view? Do you think India should legalize active euthanasia? Active euthanasia. Do you think we should legalize it, or do you think passive euthanasia is fine? So India's current position, we recognize passive euthanasia, withdrawal of life support, you can withdraw ventilator, etc. through Supreme Court judgment, Aruna Schonbach and other judgment. It does not allow active euthanasia, as we have discussed, injection of, you are injecting poisonous substance, etc., directly causing death. We are not allowing this. So this author, this particular article is saying that they are not agreeing with UK. This sir here, who is the judge, former judge, he's saying that no, we will not go this far because our culture is different. Our cultural values, etc., is very different. We cannot kill anybody. Our culture does not allow killing anybody. But passive euthanasia, we allow passive euthanasia, but it is not followed properly. And why it is happening? Because there are hurdles, advanced directives. Like, let's say I want to die, and I married a girl. Her name was Mathili. I love this name. So Mathili. No, how, like, and I told Mathili, I gave some directives. These are advanced directives. You have to understand words. I gave some advanced directives. I wrote it in this particular manual, which I can delete. Let's say I want to die right now. Maybe 2 days after, I feel like no, I don't want to die, man. I want to live with Mathili. So then I will remove that directive. So there is an option here, advanced directive. But again, there has to be, I have to make my mind if I want to die or not. Dual medical board clearance. If I want to buy, then there will be different boards which will be adhering and seeing my directives. Judicial involvement. Sometimes judiciary also became involved, just like Aruna Schonbach ma'am. You can read about her. Her case is a very tragic scenario. So all these procedure, what it leads to, let's say I want to die in 6 months, but because of these procedures, maybe I will be put, life support will be withdrawn after 12 months. So delays can prolong patient suffering. I'll be suffering, man. And in that mental status, I can have ambiguous thoughts. Maybe today I want to die, tomorrow I don't want to die. So who will decide whether I should actually die or not? So what is the difference between both? Difference between both what? Eh, we have just discussed, Rashi, yaar. Where were you? See this? See, we just discussed this. Have a look at this. We have just talked about active euthanasia. Doctor is directly giving injection to you and you are dying. Passive euthanasia, doctor is withdrawing life support from you. So that is the basic difference. Other differences we have just discussed. You can have a look at it. So again, what IG should be done after vegetative state or brain dead situation. Okay. So, okay. Shripun, if person is willing to go due to the process of recovery, I think he should be given the chance. Cool. So, where were we, guys? Yes, sir. So we are talking about even in passive euthanasia, there are hurdles, there are delays, and we have to work towards it. You know, sometimes what happens, the delay becomes so much that families act outside the legal framework. They will say, doctor, that okay, doctor, I will give you 1 lakh rupees. You put my, husband to like withdraw life support. Don't worry about medical board clearance, judicial involvement in that, and you say that this was a natural death, but you withdraw life support, so that put doctors at legal risk. So all these things are happening even though passive euthanasia has been legalized in our country. Lack of efficient implementation system undermines the dignity of the law. Again, the basic rationale is we should implement, even if like passive euthanasia is legalized, we should implement it in a proper manner. First country to legalize euthanasia, Netherlands, as we have just discussed, they have legalized both active and passive euthanasia. Rashi, hope you understood some portion of what is active and passive euthanasia. Harshini is saying active euthanasia can be used in extreme cases, sir, as the level of guilt is high and it can be misused without the patient consent. Very good, Harshini. Giovanni is saying no, sir, because we are peace seekers, so active euthanasia will not legal. They do daughter-in-laws after giving okay to their mother-in-laws. Okay, got the point. So contextual. Oh my God, contextual differences. Contextual differences. Contextual differences. Oh my God, this is a tongue twister, guys. So UK is talking about active euthanasia, but UK and India, we are different in so many different matters. They have a very strong healthcare institution. They can look into it whether as Jivayan is saying, daughter-in-law will ensure. And again, this happens, man. Coercion. As you may feel like, what is Jivayan saying? No, this coercion is a common phenomena. Active euthanasia could risk coercion among the elderly, disabled, and financially dependent. So if Jivayan's mother-in-law is dependent on her, maybe Jivayan can tell the doctor or the healthcare system that put her on active euthanasia. She's just okay. So again, due to high healthcare cost and weak palliative care. Now this is the word. What is palliative care? What is the basic rationale or meaning of the term palliative care? Palliative care means people who are terminally ill. What has happened to me? So terminally ill, so they are ill and you have to give them, so means moral support, you have to give them physical medical support, everything is fine, but apart from that, moral, ethical, different kinds of support are needed by these terminally ill patient. That is palliative care. So if somebody is on palliative care, even if they don't want to die, if active euthanasia is legalized, because our healthcare system is so fragmented that it can be misused, as GYM stated, and as other people are also saying, depends on situation. So strong family roles, and again, in some religion, it is considered sin. God can take life, you cannot take life. Low literacy, all these factors can complicate. Legal and ethical concerns, Article 21 guarantees right to life, but does it guarantee right to be killed? So this is a matter which we are still debating. But yes, all the debates related to active and passive euthanasia, more or less indirectly, is dealt with in Article 21. Then Supreme Court talks about this omission and commission. Remember these words. So what is omission? Allowing death. What is commission? Causing death. So tell me, in this omission and commission, which is active euthanasia and which is passive euthanasia, guys? Omission and commission. Which is active, which is passive? India's cautious approach reflects ethical conservative. Even in the passive euthanasia, if we have all these safeguards, directives and dual medical board, judicial involvement, because we know it can be misused. We know our healthcare system is fragmented. We know we have a low literacy. We know we have religious sensitivities, So all these factors are causing even passive euthanasia to be used very sparingly in our country. So Harshini has said omission is allowing death, that is passive euthanasia, and commission causing death is active. Really good. So recommended reforms focus on refining passive euthanasia. We should not even think about active euthanasia, because as Jivan stated and other people, you people are saying, it can be misused. Our society is very different from UK, and we should focus on what works for us. But we have to propose reforms so that even passive euthanasia could be used in a proper way. Advanced directives, so even people who want to die like me, let's say, so I can register on a national digital portal, I can create my directives, and if I don't want to die, so after a certain period I can revoke it. And you see this as hospital ethics committee, they will authorize withdrawal of life support within 48 hours, and then there is a 7-day cooling off period. Let's say you gave me 7-day period. Think Shubh, whether you actually want to die or you want to live with Mathili. Then 7 the cooling period. So again, these safeguards are needed even for palliative, or when we are talking about passive euthanasia rather. Cool. So way forward, extend India's constitutional promise of dignity in life to dignity in die. So Article 21 should explicitly talk about a right to die with dignity. You have right to life and personal liberty, but at the same time also talk about a right to die with dignity. Do you think, guys, do you think Harshini, people believe only God can give and take life? Oh my God. Harshini is a very good girl, guys. Very good girl. So what I was saying, I forgot. Yes, sir. So Article 21 is right to life and personal liberty, but they are very silent on right to death. So do you think Article 21 should also talk about right to die with dignity? Reform passive euthanasia framework, digitally driven. You can see all these things. So we need reforms on in how passive euthanasia will be carried out in our country. Public awareness campaign. This you can write anywhere and everywhere. So India did not replicate UK's active euthanasia model. We should not be doing that, but we only should strengthen our own passive euthanasia framework. So this is what active and passive euthanasia is, guys, and we have talked about it. So yeah, let's see this particular mains question related to active and passive euthanasia. Examine the legal and ethical dimensions of passive and active euthanasia in India. Should India legalize active euthanasia? So here you have to talk about, what is the basic, first of all, intro, body and conclusion, right? 15 marks, 250 words, ideally should be written in 10 minutes. And when you see this question, guys, what you do is you have, whoever is attending right now, in the night after 12 hours, try to write this answer again and try to write it in 10 minutes. If you write it just now, it won't serve the purpose because you have just read the things. So in intro, you will define what is active euthanasia, what is passive. Netherlands was the first country to legalize it. And then you will talk, in the body, you will talk about the dimensions of active and passive euthanasia. In India, passive euthanasia is legal, active euthanasia is not, and why India should or should not legalize active euthanasia. Here you will talk about the fragmented healthcare system, religious sensitivities, and low literacy and all those factors, and why we should only we should go ahead with passive euthanasia. Even there we need some reforms, and we cannot legalize active euthanasia because in many religion life can be taken only by God. But again, even in passive euthanasia, bro, when you're withdrawing support, you're in a way killing that guy, although not directly. But I hope you can understand where we're going with this. So all these things have to be written. Divide your answer properly. Conclusion has to be written because conclusion gives you closure. Everybody needs closure, guys. So legal and ethical dimensions. In intro part, define euthanasia, passive, active, and then in body part also you can talk about India's current position, Article 21, right to life, live with dignity, but does it include right to die? That's a contentious matter. Supreme Court judgment, Aruna Schonbach case, you can talk about, which permits passive euthanasia. And then you talk about ethical perspective, it allows natural death, again, blah, blah, blah. You read this thing we have just discussed. I'm not reading the answer. Practical challenges, procedural delays, fragmented healthcare system, sensitivities, low literacy, international context, and then conclusion is rather than legalizing active euthanasia, we should focus on strengthening passive euthanasia procedures. Let's focus and let's solve some questions. So, which of the following statement about passive euthanasia in India is or are correct? I tried, but that will take 20 minutes because of English word collection and write the things. Don't worry, Jivayan. It's like, it's not like, you will start writing answer right now and you will get rank one. It's an evolution, man. It's a gradual process. You have to write some answers. You're anyway part of my mentorship program. Okay, I will not do the ad. So the point is, you write the answer slowly and gradually. It's not like it's a 1 year mentorship. You are there for the long haul. So write answer is slowly and gradually. You will see that timing getting reduced from 20 minutes to 18 minutes to 16 minutes to 14 minutes. So just do your work. Don't worry too much about all these things. Timing will reduce. And I've already given you an example of a 21-year-old guy who was from Hindi medium, PSIR optional. He wrote in English medium. You wanted to write in Kannada. I told you you can write in Kannada, but you will have more resources when you're writing in English medium. So yeah, it involves actively administrating. Again, you have to use option elimination in these kind of questions. So what is about passive euthanasia? It involves actively administrating a lethal. No, this is not actively administrating a lethal dose to end life. This happens in active euthanasia, where you are giving a lethal dose to end life. So first is wrong. If first is wrong, eliminate A, B, and D. You're left with C, 2, and 3. So who stated 2 and 3? Harshini, Pratik, Mamta, Jivayan, Shipurna, Hannah, Rishi, Gajanan, Rashi. Very good. Don't worry, Pratik. Just keep on writing, man. Slowly and gradually, time will reduce. PYQ 5. This is asked by UPSC in 2006. Which one among the following was the first to legalize euthanasia? Guys, I can see 17 people live, only 7 likes. Why you people hate me, guys? 4 here. I do it. Like, yeah, but again, like, share, and subscribe, guys. So, which country was the first to legalize euthanasia? So, Hannah, Harshini, Rishi, Pratik, Ipsy, you people delete your answer. Jivan, Shipurna, Hannah. So, Netherlands was the first to legalize euthanasia. Very good. Happy. Like, share, and subscribe. Spread the word, guys. Next article, again an editorial. God knows what has happened to me. I'm deliberately taking more. So I was in one organization, I won't name it. So there was one person in that organization, long time back, or maybe not long time back, but I will not name the organization. So there was a guy there, and he was like, if you're doing Hindu analysis, don't take editorials, you know, don't take editorials opinions, just do the normal news. I was like, dude, if ever I will do Hindu analysis, I will take editorials. I will take multiple editorials if needed, if they're important, but I will never do, this is like cheating to your job, man. If you're not taking editorial, they are the best. So again, what is this whole, you may have heard about this. I think Harshini posted a status yesterday on WhatsApp regarding this whole thing where people died because of cough syrup or all that, or maybe she posted about something else which happened in UP. Maybe this is a different, I think it was a different thing, Harshini. Do correct me. So what has happened because of cough syrup, 14 child has died in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh due to a cough syrup named as cold riff. And why this that has happened? Because these cough syrup, when Tamil Nadu Drug Control Department they tested them, they found this ethylene, oh my god, ethylene glycol, and ethylene glycol, like especially DEG was above permissible limits, and they are nephrotoxic. You can see the words, you can see the tricky words here. What is nephrotoxic? Harmful to kidneys. Again, why don't they do inspection, guys? I've seen multiple YouTube channels which is telling that in different foods there is so much sugar, FSSAI should do this and that, and there are artificial ingredients, and then FSSAI. Why are these here? It is not about FSSAI, but basically we are talking. Why don't they do the surprise inspection? Who is responsible for these 14 child deaths? The doctor who prescribed it. In fact, there is a medical body which said that no, doctor should not be taken into account. Why you people did not do surprise inspection when it comes to this cough syrup named as cold riff? You people, government is the murderer here. The goal of self-reliance, Atmanirbhar Bharat, drugs will make in India. Make in India, guys, but maintain the quality, guys. People are dying because life is very cheap in our country. So India's pharmaceutical sector, despite global ambition, face challenges, as you can see in this cough syrup case. And that's why maybe, sir, I posted regarding treatment of pregnant Muslim women in UP district. Yeah. That was a different thing. So what we are discussing here, Union Health Ministry sought strict compliance. As we have discussed, there's a minister of ours, Rajnath Singh, sir, he does Kadi Ninda. So again here, it is similar to Kadi Ninda. Kadi Ninda means strict criticism, strict compliance under the revised Schedule M norms. Now, this is a term which is important. What is Schedule M norms? So, again, Schedule M norms, see this, it is a part of Drug and Cosmetic Rules 1945. The basic rationale is GMP, good manufacturing practices, when it comes to pharmaceutical products. And see, this is not a toffee or something like that, guys. People are dying because of it. So this GMP has to be ensured or enforced in a strict manner, and that's why they have ensured or talked about the Schedule M. But again, focus on the things which are important from exam perspective. What are the things which are important? Why does death happen? Because of DEG, ethylene glycol, which contains OH compound. Again, that is none of our concern. Just remember, ethylene glycol and diethylene glycol, they are nephrotoxic. What is nephrotoxic? They are harmful to kidneys. And what is the solution here from mains perspective, from UPSC aspirant perspective? What is the solution? These reactive reactions, excessive criticism will not do. People have died, guys. So zero tolerance policy should be happening. Government should be made accountable. All the government ministers should be put behind bars. Now, that is extreme measure, but regular surprise inspection and swift action and violation. No, none of the main channels will talk about this. They will target opposition because opposition is ruling the government. Stupid people. Okay, let's focus. So inspection revealed multiple violation of GMP and GLP, good manufacturing practices and good laboratory practices. CDSCO recommended cancelling the manufacturer license. What will happen now? A doctor, now this is the point which we were talking about. There were multiple articles related to this news. Doctor who recommended the syrup to many affected children was arrested. According to the medical council, this should not happen. You know, he's not responsible. You have already legalized this particular cough syrup. Now, if the cough syrup is not following the basic ingredients, who is responsible? You people are responsible. Government is responsible. Why are you, putting this guy under arrest? What was his wrong? Like, he did not do anything wrong. According to me, again, you people can agree to disagree. Government must signal any negligence or violence endangering lives will not be tolerated, and something has to be done. This Kadi Ninda and excessive criticism is not going to work. So Schedule M we have just discussed. And yes, this is your work, guys. When you will become civil servant, this is your work to make life precious in our country. Life is anyway very cheap in our country. People die, and we do excessive criticism, kadi ninda, and then we move on. Bhavna Postman. So what should I do, man? I'm so sad. You people have to do these things for me. So which of the following factors make euthanasia risky in India? Oh, this is from the previous article. So Harshini, Rishi, Hannah, Shipurna, Rashi, all of you have given the answer. Universal access to palliative care. Why would it make euthanasia risky, man? If you are, taking care of terminally ill patients in a better way, and everybody is getting access. So fourth is a statement which is not adhering to what is being asked. So eliminate fourth, and you will get the answer A1, 2, and 3, as stated by Harshini, Rishi, Hannah, Shipurna, Rashi, Jiva, and Pratik and Gajanan also tried it. Very good. So fourth is wrong. It will not make euthanasia risky. It will in fact make things easier if fourth is there. MCQ 7. Which of the following measures is essential to ensure drug safety according to the article which we have just read? Again, use option elimination here. Strict tolerance for substandard drugs, regular and surprise inspection, action only after deaths occur, strict adherence to good laboratory practices. So Harshini, Pratik, Hannah, Shipurna, Mamta, Jiva, and Rashi, all of you have given the answer. Rishi, Gajanan. So action only after death are. This is again an extreme statement. This is what we are criticizing. That excessive criticism will not work. So just eliminate third. If you eliminate third, you are left with A and D. Fourth, strict adherence to good laboratory practices. Obviously, it will ensure drug safety. So the answer is C, as stated by all of you. So Harshini, Pratik, Hannah, Shipurna, Mamta, Jiva, and Rashi, Rishi, Gajanan. Really, really good. Page number 12. Deliberation continue on proposed nuclear bill. So what is happening in our country? When it comes to nuclear energy and operating nuclear power plants, only three PSUs, public sector undertakings, they are building and operating nuclear power plants. No, 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 guys and girls, this is where Hindu is wrong. This is the article when you will find mistake in Hindu. And if Hindu is not wrong, I am wrong, you can tell me. So the question is like, what is nuclear energy? Is nuclear energy renewable, guys? Chipandis? Now I will show you the mistake. I love to find these mistakes. Is nuclear energy renewable? Tell me. Chapandis, and let me show you the article. Nuclear energy H12, page number 12. We'll talk about this article, but first of all, let's see the mistake of the Hindu. So this is the article we are talking about. Deliberation continue on proposed nuclear bill. But before I tell you the mistake which has been done by Hindu in this article, you have to tell me the answer of the question which I asked you. Is nuclear energy renewable? Yes. If yes, why? If no, why not? So, Shipurna, Pratik, Rishi, Mamta, Gajanan, all of you saying no, right? So it is not renewable. Why it is not renewable? Because whatever materials, the raw materials they are using, that is uranium, thorium, etc., whatever they're using, it's finite. It's not in infinite capacity. Now see this thing which they have written. They are saying, this particular author, now I don't know, you people can write to Hindu. Jacob Koshi sir, he's saying that when we are in introducing or inviting private players rather, and they will ensure that renewable energies or nuclear energy is produced. This initiative aligns with India's commitment to achieving 500 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel-based energy generation. That is fine. The second part, meeting 50% of requirement from renewable energy by 2030. How does increasing nuclear energy will help us in meeting 50% of requirement from renewable energy by 2030, when nuclear energy itself is it's non-renewable, because the raw materials are finite in number. So, oh, you people are not able to see because my face is there. Let me show you. So this is the part I'm talking about. Now you can see this. So life is very cheap in India because I am from village. One people was in very optical condition. I have tried ambulance multiple, they just transfer the call. I can understand Rashi. So this is the part I'm talking about, guys. So, and again, what is your view? Is this wrong? Increasing nuclear energy, will it help us in meeting 50% of requirement from renewable energy by 2030? Why is Jacob Koshi sir is talking like this? It doesn't make any sense, right? Now, let's come back to the article. And we'll talk about all the things which is there in this article. But first of all, let me show you that part where I've made a question mark. So this part. So we'll see this article, private sector participation we want in means nuclear energy sector, and he's saying that this will help us meet 50% of energy requirement from renewable by 2030. Questionable, guys, questionable. Nuclear energy is not renewable, so this line doesn't make any sense. If you have any views to it, post it, tell me, or write to Hindu. I will make a short at one also, whether Hindu made a mistake. The guy, no sir, it's wrong. Pratik is saying it's wrong. I don't know how many of you got the rationale, but let's talk about it. So now, as you can understand by this article, what government is thinking, government wants to introduce more and more private players. Because anyway, like, even though we talk about whether nuclear energy is renewable or not, it is non-renewable, but it's somewhat cleaner than the fossil fuel-based energy which we are getting. So even though it's non-renewable, but still it is cleaner, and we want private players, we want more participation. So currently what is happening, these Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, Bhavini, Ashwini, all these are authorized to build and operate nuclear power plants. So three entities, Bhavini, Bharatiya Vidyut something something, and Ashwini is a joint venture of NPCIL and National Thermal Power Corporation. They are building and operating. So, Harshini, it can meet non-fossil fuel-based energy, but not renewable energy. Exactly. But I have also seen a minister saying that increasing nuclear energy will achieve. So again, these people are educated, literate guides with due respect. So you people can write. If you people want to write to Hindu why they have written what they have written, and I will make a short. So government is discussing a new legislation to allow private sector participation in building and operating nuclear power plants. You can see this management of nuclear waste. Why? See, we had India-US nuclear deal happen in 2000s. India-US nuclear deal happened, under which, under IAEA supervision, International Atomic Energy Supervision, private players, they can come and sell nuclear technologies to India. But no, none of them are coming. Why? Because of this unlimited supplier liability. What is the meaning here? Bhopal gas tragedy. Remember that? So if nuclear, Fukushima incident, remember that? So we don't want such kind of incident to happen in our country, and that's why the supplier who is supplying this nuclear energy or the raw materials, if something happens, they have unlimited liability. God knows how much amount they have to pay. God knows how many months they will be in jail. So they don't want to come to India. So we have to take care of this unlimited supplier liability concept rather. So, okay, let's focus here. Budget. Finance Ministry has proposed amendments to Atomic Energy Act, Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act. And why we were not allowing private players earlier? Because this is strategic. Nuclear energy can be used for two purposes: civilian as well as military purpose. Civilian purpose, electricity, etc. Military purpose, Pakistan. Oh my God, bomb. So that's why we did not wanted other private companies or foreign companies to come. But now we are like, okay, let's come, and we will ensure that their raw materials are used for civilian purpose. We'll have our own things for building military purpose or nuclear bombs. Again, let's not go there. So despite India-US nuclear deal, companies were not coming because of this practically unlimited supplier liability. So we'll do something about it. And now the question is, if government is allowing foreign companies to come, etc., who will be a responsibility for safe nuclear waste disposal? because this is actually, Fukushima, etc. You have to take care of that. How to ensure private sector R&D in core nuclear technologies, whether it will hamper our strategic autonomy or not. So there are so many questions which we have to ask here. But again, more money will come, and more technology will come, so that is always awesome. So larger aim is to install 100 gigawatt of nuclear power capacity by 2047. What I think is, even government is confused. I personally feel even government is confused whether nuclear energy is renewable or non-renewable. I don't know why. As Shripurna was saying, so please tell about Bhavini and Ashwini. There's nothing to tell about Bhavini and Ashwini, Jiva, and these are companies who are making or operating nuclear power plants. So NPCIL, Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, Bhavini is just like that Bharti Vidyut like organization. Ashwini is a joint venture of NPCIL, NTPC. These are companies just like you have NTPC, NHPC, you know, BPCL. So these are different companies who are operating. So there is nothing more to know about. You don't have to do PhD on those companies. That is none of our concern from any exam perspective. And anyway, you should not know more about them strategically also. But again, uh, everything is written here there only. So again, let's focus here. 100 gigawatt of nuclear power capacity. Initiative aligns with India's target of 500 gigawatt non-fossil fuel capacity, which Harshini was saying that 500 gigawatt non-fossil fuel capacity, that is fine, but 50% of energy requirement from renewable by 2030, whether nuclear energy will satisfy that or not, that's a contentious matter which we have to think, right? So IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, independent agency, but it is under UN, unlike IUCN, which we have talked about yesterday. We have talked about something else yesterday, which is not a part of UN. It is a part of UN. It is working under the ambit of UN. Headquarter Vienna, Geneva. These are headquarters of many organizations. Purpose, blah blah blah. Peaceful use, proliferation of nuclear weapons, ensuring that nuclear energy is used for civilian purpose rather than military purpose. And they were the one. This IAEA is the one who instigated Israel-Iran war. You don't have to write that in exam, just from exam, like as for general knowledge perspective, they are an instigator. They are just basically a tool of US, with due respect to IAEA. Now let's solve some questions. And again, here use option elimination. Yeah, if I remove this thing, there's so much light which comes. Promotes peaceful use of nuclear energy, monitors nuclear programs to prevent proliferation, directly finance nuclear projects in member countries. Third point, have we read it anywhere that they give money? Nobody wants to give money, bro. You have to, like, WIFM. If you want money from someone, you have to do something. They are basically an inspection kind of an agency. They are just like your auntie, your neighbor auntie, who is just inspecting whether you are bringing boy or girl or not. And if you do, they will tell to US. So they don't finance. They monitor nuclear programs to prevent proliferation. They promote peaceful use. So the answer is B, 1 and 2 only. So think of IAEA as a neighbor auntie. So who answered it? Prateek first, then Harshini, then Rishi, then Kajanan, Shripunna, Rashi, Jivayan, Mamta, Hannah. That is why Iran is in love with IAEA. Sarcasm. Very good Bishwas. Geeta Bishwas. Page 6 editorial. Oh my god, how many editorials, guys? But again, I could not leave this editorial. I left an editorial on Israel because Israel, we keep on talking about war, 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 war. But there are some unique editorials. So, Suhit Partha Sarthi sir, who is an advocate practicing in Madras High Court, we generally what we talk about judiciary, pendency, 5 crore cases. Yesterday only we talked about ADR, alternative dispute resolution, and why it is needed, arbitration, conciliation, mediation, lok adalats, because judiciary is not functioning. 5 crore, more than 5 crore. Economic survey saying average pendency more than 5 years. Now this sir, Partha Sarthi sir, is giving you another perspective, and that is also very important because you are all UPSC aspirant, so you should know the pros and cons. You have to write both. So the other perspective is, it's when executive, who is blaming judiciary for all these things? There are three organs: legislature, executive, and judiciary. So who will be benefited most when the judiciary is weak? Who will be benefiting most when you everybody has this opinion that judiciary is useless, some advocate yesterday threw something. So the basic rationale here is executive will be benefited immensely if people have this perception that judiciary is of no use. So this Partha Sarthi sir is saying that this whole thing, criticism of Indian judiciary, America, Iran, and IAA love triangle. Very good. So yes, Pratik, I agree. The basic rationale here is who is the largest litigant? Who is filing maximum cases in our country? Again, like in judiciary, government. So if there is huge pendency, who is responsible for frivolous scenarios? Income tax is filing one cases or the other. You are making archaic laws. Even when you are changing IPC, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, this and that, you're just changing the nomenclature. Allahabad will be now known by this. Are you changing anything inside IPC? No. Then if there are archaic laws, there are, duplication of laws, you will go where? Judiciary. So why are you blaming judiciary when legislature and executive, they are not doing their work properly? So don't make scapegoat of judiciary. Yes, there are issues with judiciary, but it's an important organ because it keeps a check on executive and legislature, because it keeps checking the constitutionality of laws and executive order. So there is an attempt by different entities to make judiciary weaker so that they look powerful. So don't blame judiciary time and again. So let's talk about this. Sanjeev Sarnyal, member of PM Economic Advisory Council, he said judiciary single biggest hurdle. There is, I can say stuff, you can say stuff, but when these people are saying these kind of things, it doesn't look good, because this is one of the most important three more, I hope you can understand where I'm going with this. Criticism of judiciary is vague and misplaced. It has flaws, but there are issues. Judiciary is overburdened. In the subordinate courts, yesterday ADR we discussed, 4 crore cases pending. So you don't have resources. Who will provide resources? Judiciary will come and provide resources. Whose work it is to provide resources? Executive will provide resources. They are the ones who are implementing all these things. You are not providing resources. You are not giving appointing judges, and then you are telling judiciary is overburdened. You are telling judiciary is taking too many vacations. They have short quotas. We'll talk about that. So union and state government, you are filing maximum number of cases. Appealing routine orders up to the Supreme Court. You fight over trivial matters, you file a case. And whose money? Like, is PM Modi sir, we love Modi sir. Modi sir's photo is inside Harshini's heart. But when these people, these government are filing cases, are they giving money from their pocket? No, our money, taxpayer money is going. And that is putting a lot of burden on judiciary. These practices, public enterprises filing suits, ministries fighting over trivial matters, citizens fighting for or filing cases for basic things. These are wasting judicial time and clogging the system. You talk about short quotas, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's like saying that, I teach for 1 hour in Hindu, then I make 3 shots, then I'm making some paid thing. So I'm just teaching for 3 hours. Oh my God, you are teaching only for 3 hours, Shubham Sagar. You're wasting time, bro. For teaching 3 hours, I have to study for 10 hours. Who will count that? So when these short quotas are working from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m., they're passing verdict. They will pass just like that. Don't they have to study the case? So in reality, judges hear 50 to 100 cases a day, requiring extensive preparation and judgment, writing outside quotas. So they are like us. If I'm doing Hindu analysis for 1 hour, I have to read for 3 hours, 4 hours. The things which I have read in the last 10 years, they are helping me right now. Everything counts, not just the 1 hour. Vacations are used. When you're talking about vacations, they're giving reserve judgments. They are also, some benches continue functioning even during breaks. So you have to understand that it's not just the number of hours which a teacher is teaching or a judiciary judge is sitting and giving verdict on. Hope you're understanding where we are going with this. Hope you're understanding the criticism which is levied. Sometimes that is not fair. Much judicial workload arises from vague, outdated laws, as we have discussed. First, government is the largest litigant. Second, archaic laws, criminal law reforms, IPC, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, just rename it and it will change everything. No, it will not change everything. New Income Tax Act. There are so many jargon. How we will file income tax. There are many people in our country who don't even know how to file ITR, me included. Sometimes we have to take person who will find ITR on behalf of us. So there are jargons which lead to more litigation. We need reform. Judiciary need reform, but don't keep on saying judiciary is the biggest blot. Then they can also say that executive is the biggest blot. It delays weak infrastructure. Again, you can see all these things. Blaming judiciary alone will not solve the issue. You have to address the basic rationale. What are the things which are plaguing them? Acute crisis in lower judiciary. The worst delay occurs in district courts. We have talked about it yesterday. And you have who will provide the resource? It's not the work of judiciary to provide the resource. Provide the judges. Vacancies and overload are chronic issues. Executive has to take care of that. They have to provide the resource. So role of judiciary in a constitutional democracy. Please understand, guys, if somebody, some entity is trying to weaken judiciary, it is not good for our democracy. India's democracy is not designed for speed alone. We have to, as we have discussed, justice hurried is justice buried. Justice, what there were other things also now. Again, so justice delayed is justice denied. So there are different aspects of judiciary. Weakening the judiciary in the name of development undermines democracy itself. So we shouldn't be doing that. Again, you can see all these things. Hope you understood the other part of this article. You know how always judiciary, we cannot blame judiciary. Excessive government litigation, poor lawmaking, under resourcing, systemic governance failure, all these things are playing a role in the under functioning, or let's not that proper functioning of judiciary. So these are the things which we have to keep in mind. Oh my god, today I'm so charged. Let's solve this MCQ 9, guys. Blaming the judiciary as the main obstacle, and whenever you're solving these questions, solve according to article. This is just like, you know, reading comprehension. You don't have to use your mind here. When you're solving these MCQs, solve according to the article. What according to the article was the thing? So this is more, this is also a revision of your reading comprehension CSAT thing. So Harshini, Hannah, Rashi, Pratik, Gajanan, all of have given the answer. Blaming the judiciary as the main obstacle to India's development misplaces responsibility. Poorly drafted laws, government litigation significantly contribute to judicial backlog. A is the answer as stated by Harshini, then Hannah, then Rashi, then Pratik, then Gajanan. Really, really good. MCQ 10. Which of the following factors contribute to judicial delays in India? Yeah, Jivan has also given the answer. What factors contribute? And again, here, solve according to the article, not according to what preconceived notion you have in your mind. A is the answer, Shipurna. You don't have to use your current existing knowledge. You have to answer according to the article. We all have our excessive vacation of judges, government being the largest litigant, vague, poorly drafted laws, overloaded lower courts. So Harshini, Rishi, Hannah, Gajanan, Mamta. So we have discussed excessive vacation. They are also in vacations, reserve judgments are given. They are working. So what are the things which we have read? Government being the largest litigant. So second has to be there. Now you have to check for just first. Excessive vacation of judges, according to this article, that is not the cause. In fact, it is, in a way, defending that particular thing. If you see this, where were we? Vacations are used for completing reserve judgments and benches continue functioning even during breaks. Really, really cool. So MCQ 11, guys. So this question is a homework for you. You have to solve this question as a homework. We will discuss it tomorrow. If you know the answer, post it in the comment section. Why deaths happened of children in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh? What were they linked to? Then MCQ 12, which organ is responsible for maturation of T cell? We have talked about this when we were talking about Nobel Prize. What is the answer of this question? If you know it, post it in the comment section. And like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. Make me famous. Post your score if you have got good score, and you can join all these things. You can. And seriously, guys, whoever has not taken Hindu analysis PDF, see, there are two things: time and money. Please understand these two entities. Other things is totally up to you. If you are poor in history, you can take NCRT series. But I will insist on people. Many people have already taken Hindu analysis PDF subscription. Many who haven't, take it, guys. It will help in your revision. What will happen is, you are reading, you're watching me, and then you are reading from the same source. After that, you can start solving mocks rather than looking at current affair magazine, this and that. Solve it. It will save your time. Generally, what happens, we are like 199 rupees. Oh my god, this is such. I will save it. I will search here and there. Your time is very crucial right now. This 199 per month will not matter in the long run, but your time will do. So you have to trade off these two entities. And this what happens initially. We feel like, okay, 199, let's save it and we'll watch it. No, you have to understand where you have to do the trade-off between these two entities. Cool. Mains answer evaluation. If you're doing it, if you want me to evaluate it for you, 1999 again, not 1 year, not 2 year, till the time you're writing UPSC CSE, send me your answers. Doubt sessions, history mains material, history to NCERT series 6 to 12. I keep on uploading some part of it at 5 p.m. every day. So have a look at it. If you need it, you can enroll in it. Personalized mentorship program. This has nothing of the below included in it. This is just a mentorship program. If you need me as a mentor, you want to talk about some issues which you will have, because sometimes in this journey, not even your parents will understand you. This mentorship program is for that. You will just talk to me. I will try to rectify your issue, concern. I'm there for that mental support. That is mentorship program. It does not include any of the below items. So that's it for me, guys. And I'm done. I told you people, hope you understood what I told you. Subscription, like PDF is important for you. Rest everything will depend upon your, need and everything. You can also donate. So thank you, Shipurna. Yeah, 12B. Cool. Thank you, Rishi. Thank you, Harshini. Thank you, everyone. I'm going now. I'm gone. Cool.